Alright, alright ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the channel. Last video tonight, I'm here to talk about a Smackdown, March 20 show, March 20 edition here at Smackdown, and there is some talking points here. I guess the biggest one, Randy Orton, Randy Orton explained why he turned on Cody. He said he doesn't want his legacy to be remembered for giving smiles to kids, but for the championships he's won when he's retired. I want my legacy to be how much world championship gold I've put around my waist. So yeah, he explained why he turned on Cody. It was good. Expected a little bit more, but that was still good. We had tag team championship matches, the Motherfuckers versus Priest and Truth, and the Irresistible Forces, Nia Jax and Lash Legend defending against the Bella Twins, so tag team championships. Fraxian versus the Motor City Machine Gun, Jacob Fatu and Jacob Fatu. What's another big talking point, I guess, was, well, I guess there was two. Jake Cargill and lining with B-Fab and what's her name? Meechin, sorry. And then Smackdown ends with Randy destroying Matt Cardona, leading to Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu both falling off a platform to the floor outside. A pretty fun ending there to Smackdown. Overall, the show, it was meh. Like, there was good moments, but it still was, there was good, but there was some bad, I thought, and some stuff that just, and one thing that didn't make sense, why is Meechin and B-Fab lining with Jake Cargill? Why? That just made no sense, but that was, I guess, the other thing, but let's just get through the show here. So, we start off, Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre. So the show opened in chaos as Drew McIntyre was shown assaulting Jacob Fatu in the parking lot after crashing his car on purpose. McIntyre eventually made his way to the arena and ran it on the mic until Nick Aldis came out and yelled at him. Fatu made his way to the ring past security and went right after Drew. They fought all around the ring as the Samoan Werewolf tried to get revenge. Security tried to drag him away, but Fatu freed himself and put McIntyre through the announce table with a big splash. This was a great way to open the show, man. Much more energetic than the usual talking segments we every week. It made the feud between them just feel even more intense, even without the title. The storyline feels like it could be one of the most important things at SmackDown heading into WrestleMania, if you ask me. But yeah, really good show, really good start to the show here. Next, we had the Motherfuckers. I'm sorry, MFTs. I see MF and I think Motherfuckers. MFT, My Family Tree, versus Damian Priest and R-Truth. So, tag titles were up. Tama Tonga and JC Mateo. The rest of the MFTs were at ringside with the Wyatts. Lantern still in possession. The match itself was relatively average, but it was also a perfect illusion of how far the SmackDown tag team division has fallen. 6 months ago, this brand had several tag teams tearing down the house. Now it feels like a shell of itself. Surprisingly, though, Truth and Priest ended up getting the victory, becoming the new tag champs, thanks to some help from Uncle Howdy, taking out Solo Sikoa at ringside, provided the distraction. Truth and Priest ended up winning the tag team titles. I mean, I don't know, man. Like R-Truth and Damian Priest, but then winning the tag titles shows you how far this tag team division has fallen, and how WWE has literally nothing creative with tag team wrestling. Next was Fraxian and Motor City Machine Guns. This was very fun. These are two of the teams that made SmackDown so much fun to watch last year, so it was great to see them actually face off again. But both these teams bring a fast-paced, speed, agility, made this an exciting match to watch. Cancel Ray ended up interfering to help Motor City pick up the win, but it seemed like Sabin was unaware of her assistance when he got the pin. Even with the dirty finish, it's probably one of the most entertaining WWE matches this week. And Danhausen stole money from LeRae while making her think he would remove a curse from Johnny Gargano. Kind of funny right there, but yeah, that was a really good match. They have good tag teams, but we just don't utilize them best. Randy, the Viper, speaks. He arrives in the arena. He made his way to the ring, explained his actions last week. He attacked Cody. He sat in the same den of chair he used to attack, and he spoke about how he's tried to return the love that the fans have shown him, but he's been faking it. Over the years, we've gotten several heel and face turns from Randy, so it's hard to find a new angle on it. He did his best to give a promo that fit within his character, but this didn't tread any new ground. But it was decent. It was just kind of expecting more. Maybe we'll get more of that next week, and as the weeks go on. Next, we had Aleister Black versus Sami Zayn. So the next match, they had a tense interaction backstage last week before they could arrive. Before they could be in, Trick Williams arrived. These two work well as opponents because they've lost similar attributes while using completely different styles of offense. It's just too bad that match felt like a placeholder before Zayn and Williams' feud picks up steam. After Trick Willie threw a drink at him, Zayn attacked him, which led to Black hitting his finisher as soon as Zayn got back in the ring. He gets the pin. Aleister Black wins the match here, and Orton was backstage attacking Matt Cardona. I think he called him a fucking, what do you call him, a indie mark or something? Call him something like a indie nerd or mark or something like that. Next, a new alliance. Next, Jade Cargill comes to the ring and immediately called out Rhea, who wasted no time coming out. It looks like Meech and Beefheart were going to attack Jade as she was leaving, but they ended up joining her to beat down Ripley. This made no sense. Meech and Beefheart have been feuding with Cargill. Oh, but now they're suddenly on her side without any reasoning or story. Nothing about this segment made sense or added to it the ongoing storyline. What is the storyline between these two? Oh, they had some fake social media beef. And I think it's fake just so WWE could create some excitement. I mean, Jade probably maybe does have backstage heat, but they didn't even build on this. And now they're having beef, having Meech and join for what? Oh, you bullied us for months and injured us, but let's team up. This segment sucked ass. What's the most interesting thing that has happened in this feud? Yeah, because they've done nothing else besides have promos where I'm on top and I'm that bitch. That's all they've done. What was the most interesting thing they've done? Well, no shit. What are they cooking? Absolutely nothing. So, as recently as last week, Meechin was all mad about Jade and now she's her soldier. Why does every storyline feel so random and directionless? Where is the direction going? Okay, if you want a B-Fab turn, okay, fine, who cares? But having Meechin just makes her look super weak. Like, this is horrible, man. This group looks ass on paper. Just can't beat them, join them. It's just so random. Like, this doesn't add much to the story, man. I mean, it's not like they were doing anything with him anyway, but I'm so confused with this story, man. I guess they don't want to have Jade win clean at Mania, so they're going to have two people help her win, I guess. Why are they aligning her with jobbers she's been destroying? Went from a line with Naomi and Bianca to freaking Meechin and B-Fab. So out with this, man. Why does every story have to be stuffed with so many people? Who's going to do the wrestling out of these three? Bianca, can you return soon? Please. Please. Can you return APP as soon as possible? Next, Ilya Dragunov vs. Carmelo Hayes. These two never have a bad match. Most of the time they steal the show. It's gone to the point that it feels effortless for them to bring the best out of each other, man. I mean, this match went through 2 commercial breaks. Even then, it was still fantastic. Carmelo Hayes defeated Dragunov to retain the United States Championship. A slam poetry battle. After break, Kid Wilson was in the ring, ready to call it Jelly Roll for crossing the line last week. As soon as Jelly got to the ring, Wilson rolled out to avoid him. The musician grabbed a mic and asked for a ref so they could fight, but Wilson said he was there to fight with his words. Great poem he wrote while Jelly looked confused. Jelly proceeded to respond with a series of mom jokes. Till Wilson attacked him, left him down in the ring. I'll put you money on this lean to Kit Wilson and the Miz versus Jelly Roll and Danhausen at WrestleMania. Put it down right now. Don't want it to happen, but seems like that's where it's going. If that's on WrestleMania, it's a shame. This... Why? Who asked for Kit Wilson and fucking the Miz and Jelly Roll? Like, who cares? Who asked for this? This was terrible. Gosh, man, there was a bunch of good on this show. Like, there was good, but then the Jade, B-Fab, Machin just didn't make any sense, and it just wasn't good. And then the slant, and then the segment with Kit Wilson and Jelly Roll wasn't good to me. But, like, Orton was decent. Carmelo Hayes and Dragunov had a really good match. Aleister Black and Sami Zayn was solid. Really good match with the Motor City and Fraxium. A solid match with, with the tag team titles with the motherfuckers Priest and Truth, and a good opening segment up to this point. Those were the two things that kind of lacked. Were those two little things right there. Next we had our main event. The Irresistible Forces versus the Bellas. Nikki and Brie versus Nia Jackson, Lash Legend. Well, this wasn't a horrible match. You could see the ring rust on both bells. Unfortunately, it ended in a DQ. Or you could say, fortunately, it ended in a DQ when Charlotte attacked Jax for attempting to use her title belt as a weapon. Champions ended up taking out both teams, which means this will probably lead to a triple threat match and a no contest. And Aldous booked Wilson versus Jelly Roll for next week. Great. Riveting television. And Nia and Nikki, they had such a slow sequence early in the match. It looked like they were practicing. And when Nikki hit a crossbody from the top rope, she didn't even jump. She dove at her opponent. It's actually way more effective than when someone jumps higher. So, and then at the end there, Randy and takes up Mark Cardona. Orton was shown talking to someone on the phone before the final break. He said he was going to head to the ring to fix it. When he got to the ring, he asked Cardona to join him. He apologized for how he treated him earlier. He appeared to forgive him, but then Orton kicked him below the belt, hit an RKO. He stomped on his arm while it was wrapped in a chair, despite several officials talking him down. The show then ended with Fatu and McIntyre fighting outside the ring. They ended up falling off an elevated platform out of the view as the show went off the air. This week Smackdown some highs, but also had some low lows, so it ended up being pretty average. Two big highlights are, Fraxium and Motor City, and then the Hayes Dragunov match. Orton's story throughout the episode was an interesting path to follow, especially with the mystery of who he's been talking to in the background. WWE still has a lot of work to do when it comes to making WrestleMania must-see, so the next few weeks are going to be really important. I'm probably giving this show like a 6.5 out of 10. Like, they were good, but there were some lows. Like, first bit of the show was good, but then the last few things weren't really that good to me, but yeah, that's all I have to say tonight. Leave a like, subscribe for more. Peace, have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.